Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Julian from the 70s channel, T.rex and Bowie. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Straight away, let's get into this single. This is a very rare single indeed. In fact, it's not a single, it's an EP, and it comes from the country New Zealand. I'm not going to use the word Holy Grail. I don't think it's appropriate, that word. It is a rare single, that's all it is. And it cost me £15. Now that's a bit out of my price range, really. I don't really like to pay £15 for one single, but this is an EP. It's not. It's got 4 tracks on it, and the tracks are "Get It On," "Hot Love," "Deborah," and "Ride a White Swan." So when I took that into consideration, I thought, well, it's not a single, it's an EP, and I have never seen the picture cover like this on the single before. And I like the picture of Mark and Mickey here together, Mark with the electric guitar. And so it is a rare single. It's a rare single, that's all it is. And but it's a rare EP. It's an extended play. And we'll have a look at it together. Let's flick it over. And there we go. You can see clearly that this is marketed by New Zealand. Flicking it over. And it's on Cube Records. Let's see if I could get it out. There we go. The Fly Cube Records. So that was the label that Mark was on. He was on this Fly label, Fly sort of Cube. There we go. And he did songs like Jeepster, Hot Love, Get It On. They were all on this label. And the Electric Warrior was also on this Fly label. So there we go. So it's quite a good single. Get It On, Hot Love, Deborah, Ride a White Swan. And it's just basically, I just showed you the label, the Cube label, Fly. If you get the British ones, you can pick up Jeepster, Get It On, Hot Love in a plain black sleeve with the spider. This spider. You get that in the corner on the singles. You know, these early singles, these early T.rex ones before Mark done a very fantastic deal when he changed different labels and went to that distribution with EMI, with distributing Mark's records, with the one where he has that picture, that's T.rex picture, with that different label with a slider on. That was a very shrewd move, getting all his distribution out to the Bahamas on that Wizard label. You know the one, the blue and the red picture, but he was on this Fly Records label. Now, the early Tyrannosaurus Rex albums, Unicorn and Beard of Stars, the Prophets of Ages, My People Were Fair, with stars in their hair and all that. Now, there are them albums have been on the Cube label with that fly, the picture of that fly. But if you are a vintage T.rex collector, those early Tyrannosaurus Rex albums, My People Were Fair with Stars in Their Hair and Unicorn, they were actually on another label. So if you've got copies of these albums, Unicorn and Beard of Stars, you know, the 4 Tyrannosaurus Rex albums, if you've got them on the Cube label, you could go to another level, because the real label to get them on is the Regal Xylophone. But they go for £100 a time. If you wanted to be a real T-Rex collector, you would get the Tyrannosaurus Rex albums on Regal Xylophone. And when you've got them on Regal Xylophone, then you really have something special, because they change hands for 150 quid, 200 quid. They were on, originally, them albums were on Regal Xylophone. If you've got them on the Fly Cube label, and I've got 4 Tyrannosaurus Rex albums on that label, I have all the Tyrannosaurus Rex records, and I have them on the Cube label, the same label as here, and the same label as Electric Warrior. I have them on that label. Electric Warrior was not on Regal Xylophone, but those early T-Rex albums can be found on Regal Xylophone, and that was the original label that Mark was under. You see these 4 Tyrannosaurus Rex albums, if you got them on the Cube label, you've only got a second-hand press, really, because the original ones were pressed on Regal Xylophone, but they're expensive. They're about £100, £150 each album. If you can find them early Tyrannosaurus Rex albums on that Regal Xylophone label, then you really have, you know, you've got the B's and E's, you know, that is the proper label that they were on. And I'm looking for them, but every time I see one, they're £150 a go. But it would be nice, because Mark was on that original Regal Xylophone label, but the later editions were switched to Cube and Fly, but they took over, and they took over until Mark, you know, Slider on that blue label with the picture of red picture of Mark, when he switched to that label. Fly Records took over from Regal Xylophone. But if you could get the original pressing of the Tyrannosaurus Rex albums on Regal Xylophone, then that is a must. That is a must for all T-Rex fans. You know, to have them on Cube, that's fine. You got the album on vinyl, but the original ones were on Regal Xylophone. That's all I'm saying. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care until the next one. Thank you very much.